It's because of the fact that we are in the travel industry and our main clients, like most of our main clients, they were not getting any business because the main clients we have were traveling internationally.
Mm-hmm.
Our specialty was creating dynamic packages for international passengers. So most of the companies which bought our software were not doing business. And even our software as a service, which we hosted on Amazon Cloud, even that was not fetching us much revenue. Then I said it's time to look on my side to see what I can do. That's when I, by chance, hit up on the live webinar, I think. And then from there I went. And then even first 2 months also, I wasn't very serious. Even after joining the webinar, I think I joined sometime in November, but I was in the middle of a certification class. So I was 2 months, I was very relaxed. And then I think right in February or March, and maybe mid-February was the time when I started my automation. I started creating my Excel file with the master list of all the companies. Last year, I think the first thing what happened was in June, somebody approached me from Amazon and they wanted me to interview with them. I went through the interview phases. Some interviews went through well, the whole day interview, 8 interviews in a day. Part of it went in well, part of it didn't go well. And after that, when Amazon contacted me and then after that Facebook tried to contact me, I said I was all confident, I'm going to get a job. But I fell into a deep hole, tried to apply for jobs, it wasn't going anywhere. Rejected. I didn't know whether it is because of my qualifications or because of the fact that I stayed in one company or because of the fact I don't have certifications. Then after that, I started joining this one, talking to you, and then slowly that confidence started building into me and not only initially I was attending only the weekly conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started attending the daily coaching conference. That's when it started building, the confidence started building. Then I felt those daily coaching classes, the group classes, even though it was not a big crowd, 5 people, 6 people or 7 people are there. Mm-hmm. So that started increasing the confidence on me. And then I started talking with people. Then I think in the last 7 months, I would have spoken to about 150 to 200 CIOs. That was through the automation. They all connected with me. It's rather than a job, I was gaining a lot of experience. I knew what is there in the technological world and what is required in this current world. So first I accepted, I was okay. United Health, the main company where I got a consulting position. One interview I got through, as an enterprise architect. Mm-hmm. And then UPS, one interview. The first interview, you always tell, the first 10 minutes, if they like you, they like you. Otherwise, they don't like you. They like me the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes, I spoke to the director and the VP, and they said, fine. And they said, a formality, they have to interview more people. They interviewed it, and then they finally gave me the offer. I got a lot of support from you. And the coach did a lot of work on me. We interacted a lot during that time. We maintained a very good, friendly relationship. So after that, even when I contacted her for the interview, she used to tell me, what do you want? You know everything. Come on, let's practice. So the way she did it was very good. And one good thing she told me, these interviews, most of the interviews are technical interviews. They ask me questions after questions after questions. I don't even have time to ask them questions. She said, Sandy, one good thing. When you finish up an answer to a question, don't stop with a period. Put a comma and a question mark and then make them answer that question. So she taught me that, and after that I followed that very diligently. So every time when somebody asks a question, I answered that and asked them a question back. That way, 50% of the questions on me was reduced. First thing is, from a technical perspective, don't worry that you lack, even if you lack technical knowledge in some other field, but you can always manage by the way you speak to them. Get trained on how to talk in an interview, because every step of the interview is a learning experience. That I found it. I was so worried, so scared about interviews, and that is the reason why I even accepted for consulting jobs where it was $50 an hour it used to pay. I applied for that. The reason I want to experience the real-time technical interview. So I said, first is don't bother about money. Instead of that, concentrate on trying to make yourself interview perfect by attending more interviews, by attending more coaching classes, and learning. There's a lot to learn out there, and there's a lot to learn from you and from your guys. You guys are very experienced. That there's a lot to learn from them.